I do sandwiches. I do sandwiches. That's the thing I do. And I really like sandwiches, like as a food and as a, like, for lack of a better word, as a platform. Like you can, as long as you have 2 pieces of bread, anything you want can go in between. Like if you see a sandwich like this, it does feel very like basic, and you know, this is the way most people look at sandwiches. But when you see it, you know, like that or like this, it's this kind of like powerful like thing. It's very much about trying to capture the sandwich completely isolated from any environment and from any like baggage or anything like that. I want it to just be a sandwich like in isolation on black, like, and nothing else. Almost like a galaxy or something like that. I wanted my sandwiches to be really well constructed and like have a lot of straight lines and like, you know, golden ratios and stuff like that. So I spent a lot of time designing the aesthetics of the sandwich to be like ideal. I was looking back at my old scans before I had really started to think about that, and one of them is out here. You can see it. It's the turkey with sprouts coming out the top. And there's just something wild and crazy about that that was completely accidental that I hadn't planned for. I just want to like let the sandwich do its thing. I'll still tweak it around and play with it, but I want it to be a sandwich. I don't want to abstract it at all. I picked a scanner kind of accidentally to scan sandwiches because the word sandwiches. What I love about scanners is that they're basically a camera that can only see a 1/4 of an inch away and is only attuned to the light it produces. So everything else is like completely alien to it. It just like doesn't really even try to handle anything else. So 3-dimensional objects on scanners are really cool because you end up with all sorts of really weird and unintentional effects. It was a lot of fun to experiment with scanning things that, namely sandwiches, that scanners aren't made to do. Let me start by saying I scan actually a lot of stuff, and I spend a lot of time making the sandwich, and then at the end of it I eat it. And so using the scanner is almost a way for me to capture that thing. The scanner has some qualities to it that I can't get with a camera. Like the blacked out background, the suspended in space look. The scanner is there, it's available, it sits on my desk. I don't need a studio, I don't need, this isn't a very expensive scanner. This model actually is, well, you can't read it, but it's one of the cheaper desktop scanners that Epson makes. So there's a lot of accessibility and ease of use there. If I make a sandwich, I don't want to wait 4 hours to eat it. So the scanner is absolutely it's a tool that I use to like capture an archive. I scan everything at 1200 dpi, which is really high, and gives me a lot of pixels to work with if I want to expand them. Like so this image right now I scanned at 1200 dpi, which means I can expand it to 4 times its size and still print at 300 dpi. DSLRs and point and shoots are really easy to use now, and things like phones are really easy to use now, but there's something that's even more accessible about a scanner. You can just put whatever you want on it. Wow, you can do anything you want on the internet. There's no rule.